going to try to do here is just be as truthful as I can. I'm not familiar with the Holland Grill. I read up on it today. Chad's here to demonstrate it for me. I'm sort of going to ask the questions that John Q. Public might want to ask, but I'm going to ask them from a chef's point of view, things that might not come into your minds as you shop for a grill. So, by the way, I guess the best thing that we can tell you, this entire product is made in the USA. You're not going to find a whole lot of stuff out there, and very few in the charbroil or the charcoal grill line. So, Chad, welcome to JES.
Thank you. Good to be here.
It's smelling good already.
That's the idea.
All right. So, the big thing that caught my eye was the no flare-up guarantee. You want to elaborate on that? I read it. I understand it.
Yeah, sure. That's what sells the grill. The great food that comes off it and the fact that it doesn't flare up. It's easy to cook on. The reason the grill doesn't flare up, if I can show you right over here, it covers your burner up 100%. So obviously none of your grease and juice can get down to that burner, which is what typically causes the flare up and dries out your chicken breast or your burger or your steak, whatever you're cooking. And what this does, it actually acts like your briquettes or your lava rocks. Your greases and your juice are going to hit that, sizzle, and smoke back into your food, giving it that great grill flavor that the Holland's known for.
Okay, so that's one thing I wanted to bring up. For as long as there's been charbroiling, people always say, you get the old diehards and say, it's got to be done over charcoal or you're not going to get the flavor. What we learned in culinary school, what I've read on your website, I think you're going to agree with me, it is not whether it's cooked over charcoal, lava rock, electric, or whatever. It is the fact that those juices drip down, hit that heating element, the smoke rises, and that is where the flavor is.
The flavor's in the smoke, 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, that's what we are 100% in agreement.
We're on the same page there.
Yeah, we're definitely on the same page there. There is no high, low, medium, whatever. You know, turn this thing on. As Ron Popeil would say, set it and forget it.
Exactly.
Exactly. It operates at a range of 400 degrees.
Stays right there.
Stays there.
Yep.
So you put the thing on, close it down,
walk away from it.
Walk away.
Keep the right time on it, and you're going to get a great piece of meat or a well-cooked pizza, pie, or biscuit.
Yeah, we're going to get to that pizza a little bit later.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The steam tray. Okay. Now I understand that will only work with the more or less the full-size ones that have the drip pan.
Right. 3 of our 4 full-size models have a feature where you can steam.
Okay. And from what I read, you take that drip pan. It evidently has a plug or a drain of some sort.
A valve that creates an airtight seal.
Okay. Pour a gallon of water in that steam in that tray.
Yep.
Again, set it, forget it, walk away, steam your corn, steam your potatoes.
It does a couple things. I mean, it gets your grill down to about 280 degrees.
Okay.
For those folks that like to slow cook a rack of ribs or a Boston butt or pork roast. And then also, like you were saying, you can steam vegetables, potatoes, clams, lobsters. It's a great feature. You can cook an apple juice flavor into a rack of ribs or a pork roast. There's a lot of things you can do with it.
I want to go back to that 400 degree heat and the no flare-ups. A lot of people, when they're going to do their chicken or pork or whatever, they go and look at the marinades and they look at the salad dressings. I've seen so many people, if you don't pay attention to the sugar content of the marinade or the dressing, what's going to happen is those sugars are going to caramelize and burn. And like I was telling Chad before, it's a fine line between blackened and burnt. Your taste buds are going to tell you the difference. You're going to taste that chicken and say that was a mighty fine piece of blackened chicken, or you're going to say, that doggone thing was burnt. What's up with that? So that's the good thing with the no flare-ups. You're going to cut down the chances of caramelizing sugars burning your product by at least 90%.
You would really have to forget about it to burn your food. You get that burnt texture you're talking about.
Yeah. So I like I say, this is my first delve into the Holland Grill, but I'm sold.
It's a great product. It really is. If you want to cook a little dessert, do it after pie, or do a full chicken, you can do it on the companion.
And the good part is the set it and forget it.
Yep.
And I'm gonna put those steaks on, get about it, maybe drink a beer or two.
Exactly.
And not have to be running over, flipping. Because with this design, you don't have to really flip the steaks, do you?
If you're cooking anything you slice, like a steak, a burger, a pork chop, you're gonna want to flip it one time just to get the even cook on each side.
Okay.
But a full piece of meat, a chicken, a pork roast, you don't touch it.
And that's another thing. What they used to tell us, when you got to look in the oven to see how it's looking, and you got to lift the lid to see how it used to tell us, if you're looking, it ain't cooking.
That's the motto of the Holland Grill.
Is it?
It is.
Okay, all right. Well, that was the motto in my culinary school. Because everybody, your first try at doing something, you're always going over to chef instructors talking. You're looking in the oven to make sure it ain't burned and make sure it's looking good.
Let's see how pretty it is.
Yeah.
But if you open that up, just like an oven, your heat's going out, and you're not getting very far. So that's the idea.
All right. So this is our companion.
Yep.
It's more or less the portable side of.
Portable version of the Holland Grill. The legs fold up, the stacks fold down. It weighs 20 pounds and fits in a carrying case.
And I like the fact that it's square.
Yep.
I have one that's oval. I had one that's round. You can't pack stuff around something that's round or it's oval.
Exactly.
It's square. I mean, the cooler is going to sit right up next to it.
Yep.
I love this thing. For you diehards that have to have it on charcoal or it's not going to taste right, we got you covered.
Exactly.
You want to expound on that one a little bit?
Yeah, Holland's come out with a great charcoal grill. It works along. It doesn't do anything different. It works like a charcoal grill. It's got a charcoal pan, stainless steel cooking surface. But what we do is we put a lifetime guarantee on the stainless steel cooking surface. We have an aluminum base body, stainless steel hardware. What it is a charcoal grill. It's going to last you 15 to 20 years. We put a 5-year warranty on it. It's just a great charcoal grill. A lot of times we buy those charcoal grills at wherever, big box store or whatnot,
Yeah.
and they'll rust out on you in one season.
I was going to say it's a once and done.
Exactly.
This is my charcoal cooker for 2011. Next year we'll get the 2012 one.
Exactly.
They just don't, because a lot of times they just sit out in the rain. They collect the water. And it's just. I know when I was growing up, Dad was a charcoal.
Yes.
And he would get. We had a round one, about yay round. He would go to the grocery store and he would get a piece of round steak that would just about cover that grill. And he would cook it, and we slice it up like pizza. Back then, for a kid, steak was steak.
Yeah.
Round steak didn't matter. But now that I've progressed a little bit, fillets, porterhouse, yeah.
There's some differences in quality.
I can't remember the last time I had round steak.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the Patriot.
Yeah.
That's the charcoal.
Yeah.
All right. And now another new one that's relatively new, the Maverick.
Maverick Grill. It's a Holland Grill that is a great price point. For years and years, you couldn't buy a Holland Grill for anything less than about $700. Well, with the new Maverick, it's a new sleek style, and we've made a way that we still have a great grill, aluminum base, with a lifetime guarantee on the burner. But you're buying it out the door for right around $500, so it's not gonna kill you in the pocket.
All right, yeah, let's hit on that. Some people, you tell them you couldn't buy one for less than $700. Now we got one for $500. They're probably sucking in the rooms like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But folks, it's a lifetime grill. It's the last one you'll buy.
Exactly.
So, that's not too much money to ask for something that you will have for a very long time and get a lot of pleasure out. I mean, down south here,
cooking 8 months out of the year, right? 9 months out of the year, you're grilling.
you go to 12 months, son.
Yeah.
Go to 12 months. I've cooked when it's cooking on the bottom and freezing on the top.
With the Holland too, you just close the lid and go inside when it's 30 degrees
there you
out.
go.
So all year long.
And one of those remote thermometers,
Yeah.
can't beat that with a stick. Can't beat it.
It makes your life too easy.
Yeah, it is. It is. And when you talk about remote control for the TV, remote control here and there, about time somebody come up so I can remote cook.
There you go. There you go. The Wrangler's a brand new grill. It's the same slick style as the Maverick, but it's fully featured. It's got a nicer stainless steel handle, nicer knobs, and the feature and the drip pan where you can steam, which the Maverick does not have.
Okay.
That's the one feature you lose when you bump up to the Wrangler, which costs you about $100 more.
It's not a big
Worth $100 for that feature. The Epic. Epic is our best-selling grill. Has been for a long, long time. It's actually the grill I'm cooking on right here behind me. Cabinet, put your propane tank and your utensils. It looks like a Holland Grill always has with that. It looks like a grill, you know.
Yeah.
But the difference between the Wrangler and the Epic is obviously the cabinet and the look of the grill. They're the same cooking space, all that, but it's our higher end line.
Okay. Okay. And I guess that only leaves. Always talk about Apex being the top.
Apex is the top of the line.
Top of the line.
And the Apex is the exact same grill as the Epic, but it's stainless steel. And I'm not talking the cheap stainless steel. It's 304 grade. Can't stick a magnet to it. We put a 15-year warranty on the rust through. It's not going anywhere for a long, long time. It's probably about a 30-year grill.
All right. Now, also on the Apex, you can get just the body only for a built-in barbecue pit out in the backyard around the pool.
And if you want to go to www.hollandgrill.com, we have the cutout dimensions for that unit.
Okay.
If you build your own, we got a trim kit to trim it in, or we actually, at Holland Grill, we make affordable outdoor kitchens, a 5-foot, that costs you about $2,500. You know, a 6-foot with a bar that costs you about $4,000, grill and all.
Yeah.
Pretty affordable.
Are they available in LP and natural gas?
That's a good question. They are.
Okay.
It's a real simple orifice change. We only have one burner in our grill, so it's just about a 10-minute process to change it over from propane to natural gas. Take the regulator off and hardline it to your natural gas.
All right. And you talked about the one burner. That one burner is cast iron.
It's cast iron, and we put a lifetime guarantee on that, as well as the cooking service.
Two other things we need to talk about.
Okay. Searing unit.
Searing unit.
I'm glad you got to that. The Holland Grill, like you said earlier, cooks at 400 degrees. Not necessarily hot enough to cook a steak, would you say, Chef?
Right.
So what we did is we have an accessory that we call the Sear Mate. It's an infrared burner. Infrared, term for really hot heat. And basically this unit cooks at 1,000 degrees, anywhere from 600 to 1,000 degrees, to sear and caramelize your steak. Yeah. You can do that about a minute on each side, and then you can move it over to the grill to finish it.
I have a, we'll call it brand C, and it's 3 burners. The far right burner is what they call the sear burner. I don't know exactly how many more BTUs than the other ones, and that's what I use to sear mine. And to sear it, you know, you'll get an argument from chefs all over the world as to whether searing does any good. What I'm going to say is try it. If you like it, continue. If you don't like it, forget about it. But it's just, to me, the one thing that the searing does, I judge the quality of a steak by how good the fat tastes.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go with that?
Definitely.
I mean, you get one that's got some searing onto it, and it's sort of put a little bit of a char on even the fat. That's my first bite.
There you go.
That's my first bite. So the other thing is, lo and behold, we can cook an apple pie or a pizza. We have a pizza stone.
We have a pizza stone to cook pizzas. You can even do chocolate chip cookies on it. With the Holland, you're talking about indirect convectional cooking,
Right.
along the lines of an oven. So yeah, you can bake a pie, you can bake a pizza. You can do sausage and biscuits in the morning. You can even cook hash browns or bacon on the grill.
Yeah.
It just, you can figure out a way to cook anything you want on the Holland Grill. It's amazing.
I'm sold. I'm sold. I thank you for coming, Chad. And just want to tell you that we at JES, we're your local friendly Holland Grill dealer. We can get you anything you need as far as the product itself, accessories, and if anything goes wrong with it, parts, no problem.
Stand behind it.
And I think I did see on the website where you guys even have your own spice and sauce line.
Yeah, we do. We have 5 different seasonings. We also have 5 different flavors of flavor buds that you can buy. Grill covers, thermo timers, pizza stones, all kinds of cool stuff you can add to your Holland Grill or buy a relative or whatever for Christmas or birthday.
All right, and the only thing I can add to that is now you're cooking.
Now you're cooking.